John Rice, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, coming to you with an update here for July of 2025. So far this year, we have seen quite an increase in inventory. Now, for sellers, that does mean more competition, and for buyers, that means more choices. But the bottom line is sellers are still in control. It's still a seller's market. We're still seeing fairly quick transactions happen. So when a place lists, it tends to go under contract pretty quick. What we're seeing, though, is a little shift in buyers. Because buyers do have choices, it's important for sellers to really accentuate their positive attributes of their home and, basically downplay the negative, right? But there's ways in which to do that 23 years of worth of marketing properties has really become important. It's really starting to shine. A couple years ago, it might have been that a seller goes, "Hey, I'm ready to sell," and buyers were lining up to buy it. And these days, it takes a little bit more finesse, a little bit more of nuanced marketing, but we're making sure and accentuating the positive, as I just talked about, and downplaying a negative. A negative might be something like, "Oh, I have a gully in my backyard, but my neighbor doesn't." Okay, how do we work through that, right? I have a 2-stall garage and my neighbor has a 3-stall garage. Okay, how do we play that off? Those types of things. Maybe you have a 2.5 bath and your neighbor has a 3.5 bath. There are things that we have to look at from a marketing perspective where we have to help accentuate the positive and downplay the negative. Now, from a buyer's perspective, it is extremely important still that you are well prepared. You don't want to start shopping in this market until you have gotten approved. Because the minute you find that house that you are ready to write on, approval might take a couple of days. Now, you could log on, a bank person can say, "Hey, you're ready to go." But you know what? You might get beaten out by a buyer who's done their research, they've got pre-approved, and maybe even got pre-underwritten. Now, what's the difference? Well, reach out to me and I'll explain it to you for your exact situation. But the bottom line is that pre-underwritten buyer is more prepared than the person who's just pre-approved. And an astute seller will know the difference. And that's where you may or may not win that deal. So it's important to understand the distinctions, and it's important that you put the right and proper best foot forward. So you want to be prepared in today's market as a buyer. As we talked about, inventory's up, so you do have more choices, especially this time of year. West Michigan is very school year centric and a little bit weather centric. So what I mean by that is we're going to see during the summer months more inventory hit. We tend to see that May, June, obviously we're past those months, into July. Last part of July tends to slow down a little bit as people are trying to squeeze in a vacation before school starts. Then school starts. Then we start to see a little bit of a surge sometimes. Last few years it's been hit or miss, but a little bit of a surge in the fall. So like mid-September, late September, October, early part of November, we'll see a second buying season where it tends to be the second busiest time of the year. Bottom line, we're in the busiest time of year right now. If you're thinking about making a move, it's an excellent time to reach out. There is time to plan. There's plenty of time to plan. And there's time for action. So starts with reach out. Let's talk. Everybody's situation's different, but there's enough similar between each person that 23 years worth of experience makes a huge difference in how we approach this market and how we can help guide you through the right path from beginning to end so that you have the least amount of headache, the most amount of enjoyment, and the smoothest path possible. Absolutely love what I do. Reach out. I look forward to hearing from you. John Rice, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Make it a great day.